So that didn't go to plan, but 8-8, it'll do, I suppose. At least we got the 6 wins. So sponsors, I'm going to do another 3 years, although I feel like if we have a good season, the franchise might improve after 2, so I could do 2 years there, but I'm going to go with 3. And ticket prices, I'm going to pick the expensive option now because the fans are pretty happy. So as has become tradition, I'm going to extend one of my old players, Matteo Ortega, at cornerback, because he's 34 and he'll retire within a season or 2, so just got to give him the usual 7 years, backload it, he'll retire next year or a year after, and we've got a good player. Another thing that's unfortunately become tradition is the lack of scouts. Again, I couldn't find one, so Levi Mack, he gets another year, and another one, the doctor. Still can't find a doctor to take over, so yeah, we're going to give our main man another year, and that's that. Hopefully next year we'll find one. So I've spoken of my desperation for a defensive coordinator for a few seasons now, and this season again, some players are there, but either personality is not good enough or potential is not good enough. But I've found a really good head coach. So I'm going to do something that I haven't actually done before in a save. Atlas Wallace is going to switch to my DC. And we're going to hire a new head coach, and that is George Porter, 39. He's a pass first, he's a 3-4 scheme, so different to what we had before. 3-4 is obviously where you've got one less D tackle and one extra middle linebacker. And yeah, so Atlas Wallace is now going to be the defensive coordinator. He's pass focused, so because it's quite cheap when he's low, we're going to pump him up a bit and get up his training and play calling. So he's sort of 80-80. And yeah, so is it a good stance to start off with? Let's see how we go. It's pretty exciting, you know, and we've finally got our defensive coordinator. Yeah, I'm actually really happy about it. So it's pretty cool to do something new there that I've not done before in the game on the stream. It's quite cool to share that with people. And then again now we're going to dip into free agency, and I've actually found a fullback, Alberto Logan, 89 overall, might jump to 90 with our head coach's intelligence. And we're going to bring him in. He could be Houston's replacement, who we might trade away, but we'll wait and see. So now we know our DC's scheme as pass focused. We had a good look at the draft, and there's some pretty nice defensive players. One of which, unfortunately, the best player, got taken first overall by Green Bay, even though he wasn't their scheme, and they didn't want a linebacker. So annoyingly I thought he dropped me, but he didn't, so now I'm having to trade up with the Bucks because I feel like they might take the next guy, which is Perry Simmons, who's going to be our new middle linebacker. Here he is, Virgil McGinney, that's who Green Bay stole from us. They didn't even bloody need. So yeah, Perry Simmons is our first pick in this year's draft, and we had to trade up to get him because I didn't want to lose 2 of the best players in the draft for our scheme. And I'm actually looking at possibly trading up again. It's just finding a partner, but in the end, Philly's schemes and stuff, we didn't think they'd take our players, and Tampa didn't take our next player either, because to be honest, our next few picks are a bit further down the list. But here, there's so many A players left. You kind of got to take one, to be honest, and you want to take a position of need. So I had a quick look at the team, and there's only a couple of positions of need really, and one of them be wide receiver, I think. So we're going to take Bowman, Ricky Bowman, who's not our scheme fit, but he's A-rated, so hopefully he'll be in the 80s. There's a couple of other good guys there, like O-line, but yeah, we'll take Bowman, and then at 12 we can then... I was a bit torn whether taking an A-rated player, but I've gone with Johnny Stanley in the end at wide receiver. And now I'm just going to sort of take players who are scheme fits just to really start building up that scheme fit on our team for pass-focused defenders, vertical offensive players, and aggressive special teamers, just to start building that team there, and they get, you know, better boosts for training and stuff if their scheme fits. So yeah, that's the way we're going. So as you can see and probably hear from me, I'm a lot happier about this year's draft. Got a few more scheme fits, the main one being Perry Simmons at middle linebacker. I'm really happy with that pick. I'm hoping he can get Defensive Rookie of the Year, so I'm mega excited. So as for that free agent we picked up, fullback, Logan Alberto. 90 rated, 26 years old, it's only $4 million a year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign him for a few years, because I don't know if there's going to be better players in the draft in the future. So I'll get him 4 years, I'll front load it, and it's possible now that I might trade away Houston because he might have a pretty good value. So we'll see how it goes. And then the last thing we've been regularly doing before the season starts is picking up some cheap veterans in their 30s, scheme fits, and I'm picking up quite a few sort of pass focus guys here just to really build that defence up. And I feel like I've found some really good players actually who are going to really help us out, and I've traded away some players sort of in there with 1 or 2 years left in terms of rookies for good values. So I'm really excited about the season now. So here we are, about to get season 7 going, and I'm just checking out my ranking. We're ranked 14th in the league now, which is awesome, and I think this is the most excited I've been for a season, to be honest. We've got a really good team together, we've got all our coordinators. Young Daxton Washington going into year 4. We've signed Logan, who might be taking over Houston's job. We'll see how they go. We've got a decent set of wide receivers. Obviously Gonzalez was an early pick. We've got some old boys in the O-line, got a couple of rookies come in. Clark's still with us, we've moved him to outside linebacker, as now Perry Simmons is sitting in at middle linebacker. Really excited about this guy. I think he could hit the 90s in a season or two. Depends how the training goes. Obviously, you've got our old guys bringing up the cornerback action. And Cook, who actually jumped to an 85 from 81 because he's pass focused. So he actually lucked out there. So I'm really happy with Cook. And then special teamers. Team's looking really good. Okay, I'll admit, really good is an overreaction. As we take our first game as an L to the Chargers. But the team's good enough. Like, we're ranked 14 overall. We've got good players now, 87 overall in terms of team's strength. I lost to the Colts. I was hoping that could be a win. But yeah, we've got a team now that can challenge for playoffs basically. So we head over to Arrowhead. Take another loss. Not the best start at 0-3 with how excited I was. Oh yeah, I've also noticed that I haven't changed the stadium yet, so that's getting a little switch to Allegiant. Let's get that sorted right now. And then look at this guy, Cohen, demanding a contract. He's not even a starter, so we're definitely declining him. And because he's asked for that, we're going to trade him away. See you later, Cohen. You don't run the team. Luigi Del Hatero's in charge of personnel. You're out of here, and we're going to get a couple of picks and a couple of players in return. And those players could actually help boost the team. Oh, we're at home, playing the Seahawks, and we lost. Oh. That was a game I was expecting to win, as Daxton Washington jumps to 90, which is pretty good. Never beating the Chargers, so that was always going to be a loss. We're at 0-5, and we've got Houston, who are a better team than us, and it's at Houston, so it's likely a loss. Gee whiz, this is not what I would expected actually. I was hoping to... Oh, the Giants, this is definitely a loss. Away to the Giants, they're much better than us. Crikey. Since we've had such an awful season so far, we've actually got quite a high pick, so I'm going to trade away my 2031 pick and grab a load of picks off the Browns. So I'm just going to make use of this bad situation and get a load of draft capital. And again, I'm going to Detroit and I'm going to give them a load of second and third rounders and get their next 3 first rounders. And that's just going to help us with future draft picks. And I really hope we can turn this around in the second half of this season. So it's games like this, we got home field advantage against Jacksonville, and we're slightly better than them. Oh, we still lose. Man, I was I was looking forward to this season so much. Daxton in his prove it year at quarterback, Perry Simmons looking nice at middle linebacker, and yeah, we had some really good veteran players. Hey! The Broncos are very reliant on wins against the Broncos. So you'd hope to beat the Jets here, and just not. I should in theory beat the Eagles here by a point. It just goes to show that these seasons there's a bit of luck involved, or possibly what I've spoken about actually in the head coach. Maybe you do need to raise play calling a little bit. Maybe that does help. Although I had the same head coach for 3 seasons. We had 75 for game planning, or game management, sorry, and it didn't really help us. So I don't know. I think we just need to keep improving, and hopefully our seasons will keep improving. And let's see who's made the Super Bowl first. Chargers, Falcons. You know the Chargers are going to finally take one, didn't you? Here they go. We didn't get Defensive Rookie of the Year. I thought we might. And as you can see here, we missed our goal, so we only get 20 mil. And now our goals next season, the reward will come down in all our goals, which is a killer, as we only won 4 games, but it can't be helped. Checking the stats, Washington an average year. Clark was our best guy. He's been brilliant for us, Clark. Perry Sibbons actually a little bit disappointing, to be honest. A bit gutted about this season. Everyone's unhappy, as you can see, and I guess we're just going to have to come back stronger next year. Next year I really want to make a push for these playoffs. We've really got to try. So I'll see you in the next one.